Majda, and with my colleagues Lianne, Yanika, Jelle, Saara and Manon, we worked on a paper that aimed to explore how the resilience of the supply chain in oil and gas companies can be enhanced by the adoption and subsequent implementation of blockchain in a time of crisis. According to Tseng, Yue and Taylor, logistics and transportation are used to optimize an organization's production procedures by connecting separate activities from raw material handling to delivery to the final customer. Additionally, as it has been discussed in Ajao and All's paper of 2019, many economies are driven by the oil and gas industry as it generates a substantial income. Moreover, energy supply chains consist of complex networks of interlinked companies producing, distributing, and exchanging energy resources and carriers based on Halldorson and Seidenberg paper of 2013. These characteristics renders energy supply chains vulnerable to disruptive events such as natural catastrophes, demand risk, or worldwide pandemic, as Yanika and Falcone have shown. Even though the industry is already implementing various technological solutions, blockchain is a relatively new technology in the oil and gas industry since the administrative and managerial operations are conducted in a traditional way. The oil and gas industry, as a traditional sector, does not possess the reputation of an early adopter of new technologies. It is considered to be a fast follower, alluding to the necessity for companies to be the second to master the new technologies. When it comes to the challenges we have been confronted to during our investigation to write this paper, 3 of them have been highlighted. The first, understanding the nature of the supply chain of the industry. So for example, in order to suggest a suitable process as well as appropriate strategies for the blockchain integration, this understanding is very needed. The second one, learning about current technologies used in the industry to find the current threats and possibly emerging threats after the blockchain integration. The third one, as blockchain is still in its development phase, with only big companies in the industry adopting and developing it, it is challenging to find best practices that could fit all parties involved. Some main actors within the supply chain cannot afford to be early adopters as the investment is still high. The adoption of new technology in the market depends on the big players, which depends on their in-house IT, its governance of IT, and on the service provider's marketing. Blockchain has benefits of also increasing transparency, trust, and efficiency. In order to better convince them of the gains achieved, especially in terms of resilience of the supply chain, this paper offers a modeled implementation of blockchain. Oil and gas industry long-term orientation would be satisfied and less reluctant to invest in new technology. It appeared through the literature review that the main challenges of the oil and gas industry were revealed by the pandemic. Thus, the paper is not able to fully measure its impact. Another limitation is the time frame in which it was realized. The pandemic is still ongoing, and as such, we could only make assumptions on a world post-COVID-19. Further studies need to be conducted to investigate more closely some of the issues written in this slide. Thank you for your attention and your interest. We hope this paper caught your interest enough to convince you to read it. And in this uncertain time, stay safe.